Okay, so the premise for today is pretty simple. We're doing the 200-foot, 500-foot boots on the ground. For those of you that aren't familiar with what I'm talking about, Forrest Fenn has said in interviews that he knows from emails treasure hunters have been within 200 feet and 500 feet of the treasure. So I'm using this tract of land. We're going to set up our 0 point there. We're going to go down 200 feet. We're going to go down 500 feet and take it from there. We're going to start here. We're going to walk down there 200 feet. We're going to walk down there 500 feet. We're going to look back. We're going to put a marker up that's pretty obvious. We're going to look back and we're going to see what 200 and 500 feet looks like. Now, I learned something in my previous ventures out here. These glasses that I'm using, I think are wonderful. They're good resolution. I use them on my boots on the ground when I'm out treasure hunting. But specifically for showing distance, they're terrible because they distort. They have a fisheye lens and they distort. So at this point we're going to quit. Well, we'll use them for one thing. No, we won't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to regular camera, and we're going to have this here. It's our marker. Another thing I learned is doing this, you really have to have a big blaze. Ha ha ha. You have, this is just the 0 point, but the point I'm making is when I did this previously, I had what I thought were pretty good marker to look at. At 200 feet, it was fairly visible. It was smaller than this. It was fairly visible. 500 feet wasn't even visible. 500 feet is out there. I guess that'll work. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to mark off 200 feet, 500 feet, see what it looks like for us when we're out there. See how far or how close people were when they were near the treasure, according to Fenn. Okay, so here's point 0. Right, this red cloth on this pole. So here's my measuring wheel. We're going to start at 0. We're going to walk off 200 feet. I've been out here previously, and I've already done this before, so I've, for a variety of reasons, never been happy with any of the footage. And part of it was, well, I'll just be frank, the markers I used and the things that I used to mark the distance were just too small. And we're going to do just a very simple thing today. We're going to go to 200 feet, we're going to go to 500 feet, and we're just going to see what it looks like, how far away it looks. That's all we're going to do. Okay, so I see the piece of PVC that I previously chopped a little hole in the ground in to show 200 feet, and it looks like we're going to be pretty close to that. We're at 170 something. Okay, so there's 200 and there's the hole. So this is what it looks like. If you can see that red right there, that is 200 feet. Should be pretty easy to see. 200 feet, folks. Okay, so we're now going to go from 201 feet, just say 200 feet. We're going to mark off 500, 300 more feet so we can see what 500 feet looks like. 500 feet near the treasure. Ooh, exciting stuff. 500 feet. Okay, we're at 280. Okay, keep going. 320 something. Looking for the hole I left the other day in the ground. It should be right around the 500 mark. Okay, where are we at? We're at 409. Oh, good grief. We're only at 409. Yeah, 500 feet's a long way from the treasure chest. $450. Wow. 470 something. I see the hole. There's the hole right there I left the other day. And let's see where we're at. We're at 500 feet. Let's see how far away we are. Oh, good. Now see, when I did this last time, you should be able to see, I assume you can see the red towel. That's 500 feet. What I was using previously was just not big enough to and bright enough to see, so I really hope that shows up. I'll probably put an arrow on the video to show what 500 feet looks like. I'll also tell you something else. I love to talk about how I do dumb things all the time. That thing's been there forever. It's just an overgrown storage shed. Even the pavement's totally overgrown. It just sits there. Amazing. But anyway, we'll now go back and we'll just watch it as we get to 200 feet. And it's kind of cool because, okay, this is 500 feet. Oh, what I was going to say is, I did this the other day with my glasses. I love my glasses, but they have a fisheye lens. So they distort distance. And, I get home and I'm doing the editing. I'm saying, Eric, you idiot. The last camera you should use is fisheye lens for showing distance. So I'm using a regular camera. Okay, so. All right, so 500 feet away. That red marker, that's 500 feet away. It's a ways. Now we're going to see what it looks like to get to 200 feet. And then I'll be able to put all my film together and edit this together into a coherent piece. I don't know why this has been so problematic for me. Let me tell you something. This amateur filming that I'm doing, videotaping that I'm doing, videoing that I'm doing, you really learn to have an appreciation for cinematic filmmakers because the sound has to be right. And especially if you're outside, it's so easy for sound to be screwed up. And the lighting has to be right. And it's so easy. Now to see how much close... Man, 200 almost feels like you can touch it, doesn't it? At some point, people were within 500 feet and 200 feet of the treasure. This is close. This is close. It's a boat landing on a Saturday afternoon. I thought I'd better get out here and finish this. If I was ever going to do it on the Saluda River, I thought if I'm ever going to do it, I better... Because I'm leaving early next week, and it's Saturday. Okay, so here's the hole. There is 200 feet, folks. 200 feet, those guys walked right by it. There was either something in between them in the treasure chest, or they just simply didn't think to look there. Who knows? But that's 200 feet. So think about that next time you're thinking about 200 and 500 feet. I guess would be the only time you'd be thinking about it. I was just curious. I was just curious. We would assume at 200 feet these people saw the blaze, or they saw something that they did not know was the blaze, but they could very well have seen something. I would hope the blaze is big enough to see at 200 feet. I mean, if the blaze is like, you know, if the blaze is like, you know, a black spot on the tree, we're never going to find it in a million years. It's got to be something at least, you know, it's got to be something fairly substantial. I'm just guessing. How would I know, right? We'll see. Okay, folks. I'm wrapping this up. I hope it comes out all right it's really quite beautiful here. This land, a lot of land. I think in one of the other clips that'll be in here, you'll see the warning about, you'll see the warning for the land over there is posted. Right here is not posted. Yeah, this right here, strangely enough, is not posted, even though it's got a gate. All right, very good, folks. See you later. Have a good time. Bye.